Right, so Pepper Tree is about 65 acres, and it was originally purchased by Lifeflow to protect the boundaries of Tara Hills from unsuitable activities like motorcycle riding, that kind of thing. But it requires ongoing management, and it's a redgum grassy woodland. And I've recently discovered in the bowels of the State Library that it's a very unique association of trees. Normally you only see redgums on low ground and streams, that sort of thing. But these redgums grow on the slopes and even on the hilltops. And so I read that it was the only place in Australia where that happens. So what we've been doing here, Anne had the foresight when the Cuddly Creek fire came through the back half of the property, through pretty much where you're standing. She had the vision that we could cut off this little piece of ground and use it as an experimental grassland restoration site. And so slowly over time, with help from Ben and Anne and John and lots of other people, Rick, we've been making little weirs, or leaky dams as we call them, to slow the water down in the watercourse and keep the moisture in the ground for longer. We've removed the grazers, so taken the cattle out to see what would happen to the grassland. And we've started adding indigenous plants, so plants that are missing from the system. The way grassland is structured is that you have, or a grassy woodland is structured, is that you have a few species of trees well spaced apart. You might have a handful of shrubs and 8 or 10 shrubs, but you have 150 to 200 species on the ground. So all of the biodiversity in a grassland like this is on the ground, and that's what gets thrashed the most. So where we would have had 150 to 200 species, native species, we now have maybe 20. And so we've started putting some of those missing links back to see what will happen. That's what all these little experimental things are here. So yeah, we've started a friends group, and Anne can tell you about the friends group because she's been organising it.
We have about 20 people, members, and just people that are interested in the environment and helping out, so not all members of Lifeflow. Anyone can become a friend of Pepper Tree, and we have 4 events a year. We just sprinkle them on weekends, and we're just experimenting to see what's best, and people come along. We have an event with a focus. The next one is at the Teachers' Weekend on Sunday morning, and we'll be doing some hand weeding in this paddock, and we'll also be removing a fence for those that want to be a little bit more vigorous. Yeah, so that's Friends of Pepper Tree, and it's very dynamic, and it rests entirely on Marnie's shoulders. She's just been terrific with getting this up and running.
I've had a lot of help.
Yeah.
Yeah.